Hello and welcome, or maybe welcome back. It's been a while, and we'll talk about that some in a bit, but let me go ahead and introduce what we're doing in today's video. I want to do a sort of vibrant Summerween skull, half dark spooky-ish, half girly pink. I don't know. We're playing with makeup today, essentially. Haven't done anything for a while. Plenty of like moody, regular sort of makeup, but I haven't played with any skull looks for some time. So I've already got foundation on. Just kept it very simple since honestly I'm washing this off pretty much as soon as I'm done filming. So I'm not too worried about perfection here. Just push back my little tendrils here. But yeah, I want to play with makeup and do something artsy and fun that I haven't done for a while. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, mind you, I'm out of practice, not just with the skull look, but recording in general. With my husband's change of job, we have a lot more time together, and since we didn't really have time together in general before, for a very long time, a couple days, like a week maybe, that we had intersecting time where one of us wasn't working, we did a lot of catching up, hobbies, visiting places, and since I had more time with my husband, I didn't feel like I had to hoard it so much. So I was also spending a lot more time with friends as well, and I don't know, I just kind of fell off the recording train for a while. I was kind of doing other hobbies. My husband and I are both gamers, and so we had a backlog since we were only playing a couple times a week to catch up on, and that's okay. Like, you can go back and forth between hobbies, especially I don't do this channel for money, so it wasn't like I had to worry about keeping up for, the purpose of bills or anything. Yeah, just kind of took life at a little bit different pace for a while. And also, I had a huge chunk of time where I was living, breathing, eating, preparing to go to Japan. And we went to Japan, and it was wonderful. Can't wait to go back again. Love the experience. But yeah, I spent a lot of time just really doing my research, because what time is it? Like 10:20? I feel like it's about that time every time I hear that car go by. It is 10:20 on the dot. That's hilarious. Anyways, 2 weeks sounds like long vacation, but when you're going someplace, especially overseas, that you've never been before and you don't know when you're going to get a chance to go back, you kind of want to cram as much into it as possible, but also we wanted to be able to enjoy ourselves. So there was a lot of planning, to make it efficient in how we were spending each day, so that we could go to as many places as possible. We also had some down days to refresh ourselves, because I knew we were going to be super tired. And we went to a couple of onsen, and we just spent the day soaking and relaxing. Like I said, it was wonderful. I can't wait to potentially go back again. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Anyways, let me zoom in just a little more. That took quite a bit of our time, and I, a lot of planning for 2 weeks, but I am so glad that I did. Just adding kind of some maroon into it. We'll see if I like that. I might go back over it with black. I want to do some outline art, I think. Yeah, other than that, it's been reading. I don't know if I've been crafting a whole lot. I think after I did that whole bedroom renovation, I was ready to take a break from crafting, to be honest. And now I've got the need again. Of course, it's early August, Summerween. I am already, well, I've been sick of the heat since like day one, but I am really just over summer. It's the dog days. It's terribly hot. I feel like every day I come home and I crash out after showering and eating. The building I work in is super hot, and it kind of is like inducing heat exhaustion, to be honest. I come home and all I want to do is just try to recuperate, and then of course there's adulting to do. But I'm hoping that by giving myself maybe some creative projects that I can get past that. Because yeah, like I said, I'm ready to start crafting. I just need to get my energy levels back up. I find that's easier to do when I have projects to look forward to. Okay, so for this, I kind of want to try like a 60s, 70s, like more like pop color sort of thing with like the swoopy line above. So I'm going to concentrate really hard, and actually I'm going to turn on this light at a decent setting. Let's see. I am underlit because I have my mirror sitting weird, but it's okay. You'll just pretend it's still flattering, right? So I want to make sure, because I have hooded eyes, that I go above enough to still see the color. Maybe I want to take a lining brush and kind of block out the color I'm using, and then I can trace above that. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Alright. Put it in pink. That looks good enough, I guess. I haven't really done this before, so I was just kind of looking through like different eras of makeup and stuff to sort of get inspired, and I just thought this look was kind of cool, so why not try it? Alright, super focus mode here. I swear, like, all of my eyeliners have just decided to dry up at once. I'm gonna see if I can find one that's working. Alright, this one seems okay. Move this stuff out of my way because I keep knocking everything over. There. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I feel like I was trying to be too dainty with my strokes. Just gotta lean into it. Alright, I've never had this happen before, but it's not like going to stick above my eye. You know what? Tiny angle brush, black liquid lipstick. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, that's not too bad. I think I'm gonna grab a Q-tip and just clean up the shape a little bit, but I think I like that well enough. I'm also going to see if I can get this to just work on my regular eyeline. Well, I guess I need to do color first, and then we will do above the actual lashes. But yeah, let me just get that cleaned up, and we will continue. Alright, I think we got it looking fairly decent. So let's get some color in there. Now I am going for like this super bright pink shade. I just thought that would be the funnest choice. Let's see. So while I was cleaning this up, or I guess when I was done, I added some more like sticky primer so I can really get this color as bold as possible. Now I feel like I did this line maybe a little bit thicker than strictly necessary, but I think once I have the rest of the detail work, that it'll look less out of place. Hopefully. Doesn't help that I am not quite sweating, but I've got like 9 million lights on, so it's a little warm in here. Especially the one that's pointing right at me. Yeah, I'm not mad about that. Let me just intensify it a little bit more. Really pack it in there. And I think I will also take this around where I did that purpley color. Just give it a little pink. Yeah, I know it currently looks more like a bruise, but I'm hoping the details I plan on adding kind of fix that a little bit. Alright, so that's where we're at so far. Now I'm going to attempt, hopefully this liner will at least let me do the top lash line. Alright, the struggle was real, but I finally found one that didn't just like give up on me. And I think it's probably the oldest one that I had. I just threw out a whole bunch of black eyeliners. I get them in like subscription bags all the time. Less often recently, but apparently I need to turn that setting back on because all my other ones are dead. Alright, so now what I want to kind of do is a little bit of line work on my face. And this makes me nervous because if I mess up, I have to retouch up foundation, which I'm looking really red through mine right now. Doesn't look too bad on camera, but I think I'm just flushed with heat and frustration. So what I want to do is kind of get just very sketchy. And then I'm going to do some shading underneath that. And then around the eye also. I did something like this for like a Tim Burton like mini event we went to. And I really liked it because it didn't involve me plastering my whole eye socket with black like eyeshadow pencil, which meant less scrubbing for me, but it still gave the effect just really want to keep it sketchy, which I know is in direct contrast to this, but like I said, I kind of want two meshing but different vibes going on here. Yeah, I really like adding that extra little swoop there. I think that really adds to it. I'm just gonna keep playing with it until I kind of get the vibe that I'm going for. But yeah, I am finally ready to start filming. If I'm a little awkward, please forgive me. I've never been very good about the camera. It took me years to get to where I was, and now having such a long break, I fear I'm gonna have to get used to it all over again. I've been procrastinating all week to do this video. Feels easier when I'm doing something besides primarily like just being face to face like this. And I know I'm doing makeup, but yeah, like I have a little haul video for Summerween stuff planned. And I also have one area, I'm very happy with how my room is still, but there is one area that I just want to tweak a little bit. So that's on my planned list. And I don't know what all else right now. I have a bunch of different things I want to do. I just need to prioritize and get gathered up with my stuff on doing them. Some sewing. I do want to get back into ASMR. I feel like I really got super crafty, which I love, but I also really enjoy the editing process for ASMR videos. So I want to start filming those again just for my own satisfaction, if nothing else, to be honest. Oh, I almost forgot my nose. Let's pop that little shape on. I think I typically do something like this. Boop. Boop. And then I'm not going to worry about super filling that in. There, that works for me. All right. I will probably do my eyebrow off camera. I don't really do anything fancy with that. I think I'm going to do it like a dark purpley color though to go with the makeup. That is looking pretty fun so far. All right, so lips. I'm also trying something different with the lips. I want to try like a gradient look, which I know I have very tiny little delicate lips. But I'm gonna try overlining them. Is that what it's called? Just a little bit with this black eyeliner pencil because I want to go like black on the outside and then pinky on the inside. So let me, it's probably even harder for me than eyeliner, to be honest. I think it's mostly symmetrical. I can touch it up with the liquid lip, but I wanted to have something to kind of go by. And then I have this, it's called Half Caked. I don't know, it's another one I got in a sampler box. I don't typically wear a lot of pink, so I'm not really sure. I think that's close to the right color at least. And then what I'll do, no idea if I'm doing this right, so fair warning. I just realized I've done most of my lip off camera. I am sorry, guys. Like I said, I am out of practice. But I'm gonna work hard to get back there. Unfortunately, my lip brush fell into oblivion. Let's see what I got that I can use. We can do this one. Let's see. Then a little more of the pink. Okay, so the black went in just a little bit further than I wanted to, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I have a little bit brighter pink, like hot pink. Pay attention, camera. I'm gonna pop that. Alright, I think that is enough futzing with that. I need to clean off that lipstick, but we got there. Yeah, that's not the worst. Like I said, first time to try something like that. Alright, I'll take care of eyebrow in a moment. Like I said, I do want to put on a little bit of shade underneath this. Very Alright, and then for the other side, I just have some regular bronzer, contour. I can't tell in this lighting if it is doing anything. Alright, so there's that, and then I did bring out some blush, once again in a super bright pink. Actually, that looked more coral on camera than it actually is. Alright, and then I've got highlighter, which I just realized I used my preferred highlighter brush, but that's okay. And this is also that light is really oranging it out. This is like pale pastel pink color. And I will fix what I just did in a moment when I do my eyebrows. I usually do it on the tip of my nose too, but obviously I don't need it for that. Alright, let me do eyebrow real quick, and then we will do some final touches and call this one done. Alright, eyebrow is done. Let's pop on, where did I put my mascara? Right there. Some mascara. Alright, and a lot of them, they added a little like bottom lash thing, but that's not really my jam, so I'm just gonna kind of add some black shadow underneath. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, that's that. And then I think I want to give the lips a little more shine, so I just got like pink sparkly gloss. I'm gonna just very carefully tap it. Let me back you on out. So that is the finished look. This is fun. I really like how this turned out. If I was just a little bit braver and it wasn't the middle of the night, I would consider just wearing this out just for the fun of it. Maybe sometime. Maybe I would try to do, you know, just the regular look. The hard part is then you have to duplicate the shape on the other side, which I am not great at, which is why I love doing the half skull, half makeup look, because then I only have to do one side of my face and the other side does not have to match at all. But yeah, I really like this sort of eye look. I might have to try to get them even and wear them out and about. So yay, I'm so glad that I finally made myself do this. I had fun. I tried out some new things. We're gonna get back in the groove of filming. And I hope that you had fun watching and you had a chance to, you know, relax and wind down with me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.